So today I want to actually do a lot because I didn't have a video yesterday, which were, oh, my bag's under my eyes. I wonder if it's from the makeup or not getting enough rest. Probably not getting enough rest. I didn't do a video yesterday, Thursday, or the day before Wednesday, or today, Friday. So starting with, we'll see what we do. So first of all, this video, we're going to talk about cleaning the mental house. Everybody has a different way of doing a spring cleaning. Some people put everything out in the middle and then find the place it goes in. Whatever doesn't have a place, it gets given away or thrown out. Other people just reorganize, and as they move things around, they see what comes out that's not needed anymore. Other people just literally like take everything out, clean, put everything back. So when we think about cleaning our mental house, you have to find the way that works for you. So I want to just give a practice I'm going to share. So I tried everything to make so I'm going to share different things that when I was cleaning, I realized I don't have to hold on to this like sort of as like something that needs to be there. For example, if you love sunsets, you don't necessarily need to have a picture of a sunset on your wall because you see them all the time. So if this has become something that's like integrated, you don't need to like hold on to it. So I tried everything. This is the first one. I tried everything to make my father love me and nothing worked, and now I have to live my own life, seeing through my own eyes. Another is, I felt that being fat is ugly, and so it serves the purpose of carrying the weight of others' opinions about me, and it also pushes away men who may not be safe for me because they objectify bodies and life that bodies carry. Another is, I've struggled to befriend life again because it feels like the life in other people has not cared about my life or even wanted benefit in their life at the or they even wanted benefit in their life at the expense of my life. Another is I've cluttered up the space so that I don't have to see how empty I feel about purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. I am not sure. Another is I'm not sure that I'll be able to tell the difference between the feelings I inherited from my family and those I feel on my own in my current life. I want to say I wrote these over a year ago, but still, like every so often, we could let these things go. We could clean out. Another is sometimes I feel like a freak or a burden. Another is I feel despair that I'll never be accepted. And then the prayer is, so a prayer is kind of like when you're cleaning and you're like, God, help me to finish this, right? So it's like the prayer of the mental house cleaning is, I want to feel beautiful, appreciated, and precious. And like I make a difference, and that I'm seen and known on the inside, and that I matter for who I am. And then now we could say, like, now that we cleared out some stuff, we could see what wants to jump in to fill the space. These are called stuck patterns. So again, you could do this in any way. You could see, like, sometimes you clean things away, and then you see, like, God forbid, like a spider come out, or even another kind of bug, or some other creature alive move into the space. So these are stuck patterns. They're like more animalistic. They're less, heard some noise. They're less, they're not really like coming from a place of conscious responding. Choice. They're not coming from choice. They're coming from like reaction. So when we start to work with these patterns, we stop coming from a place of reaction. We start to come from a place of choice, which is both empowering and healthier. So first pattern that popped in that I was able to see, and it doesn't mean that I have all these patterns now. It means that these are the ones that get stuck. So when things are going right, I'm getting help, there are solutions, and I'm able to see that dreams come true. I start to feel like something may go wrong, and the little things are fine only so that I'll be able to focus on a major looming bad thing that's coming. Another is the taste for tragedy, like I'm a victim or doomed, or like it'll never work out. Another is staying busy so I can avoid that I feel like a failure, that my body betrayed me, that my expectations were foolish, that I allowed extreme lack of consideration from others who I prioritized, buried my dreams to fit into relationships and society, and that I may not be who I thought I am, and am a fraud, that I'm ugly inside and out as I have feared. Another is to be that overly focused on certain sites, tastes, etc., that I'm familiar with, even if it doesn't serve me. It's just so amazing when I'm reading this how like narrators comment that like well, there's one more, being in reciprocal friendships where I give too many chances, being in non-reciprocal friendships where I give too many chances, ignore the facts of others' actions and choices, being always the bigger person who can be unaffected by not receiving what the other can offer, but is stingy. And I always have to wing it without the person's support, yet I don't give them the opportunity to improvise without me. So basically, in a word, codependent. Basically, overgiving and being in non-reciprocal, where I'm not being given to. So all of these, it's like amazing how when I think about how the cleaning I did and then the stuck patterns I worked to be conscious with, how much improvement there's been. And yes, it could be that patterns go and then they come back when we're very tired or overwhelmed, or because certain situations bring out the last little residues of that. Like, you go in with a spray and then the last little bugs that you didn't even see there pop in. And then the third part to this is connecting with the life that we care about. So from Shawn, sheshn, Hashmatpour. He's a life coach. So he said, so I think this is a good next step. Like, once you clean the mental house and observe the stuck patterns, then now you have this space to connect to a life that you care about. So now you could put like things that you like, or that makes you feel at home, or makes you feel alive. So not taking my help. These are some of his things he wanted to guide and share with people. So not taking my health for granted, taking care of my. So I write it in my own words, and I kind of paraphrase, and I also add things that make sense to me. So, inspired by him. So not taking my health for granted, taking care of my body. Instead of overly focusing on getting there, wherever there is, whether it's money, romance, or appearance. For example, we can find fun in the creativity process, learning to enjoy exercising, moving, and cooking, preparing nutritious food for myself, being grateful for this body and its expressions, and finding ways to deeply connect with it and protecting it from outer and inner toxins or artificiality. Making new friends and connecting with new environments, making efforts to get to know people, opening my body up so my nonverbal language is not closed off, letting go of old fears and painful memories from the past relationships so I can practice engaging with people, even if that one won't be the one that I end up making a solid bond or stay in touch with. So, for example, at a coffee shop, neighbors, trusting people are friendlier than I realized, exchanging numbers with like-minded people, being kind, being trusting of myself and others. Next, we have letting go of what blocks peace and confidence. So any unhealthy obsessions which are fixated on a specific outcome, or over anticipation of a potential result that I want, focusing on past events that evoke doubt, anxiety, or anger, overly constricted by schedules, or putting up with what isn't right for me, going back to someone that is not comforting or encouraging or validating or empathetic, patience and being here now without instant gratification. So when I want to back up, going back to someone that is not comforting or encouraging or validating or empathetic is basically like that was in the category of where we say letting go of what blocks our confidence. So just blocks our peace, because like when we go to someone who doesn't comfort us or encourage or validate or is not empathetic, we actually are teaching ourselves in that moment. So next, patience and being here now without instant gratification. Being here now, not expecting highlights without putting in the time and the hard work, disciplining ourselves and one's creations, recognizing self-confidence grows as a person grows, making space to focus on the innerness, the mind, and awareness and practices, dreams, habits, career, strength, and health. All of these can be built and learned when we're present with the process consistently, persistently, with determination and faith, finding fun in cultivating and creating, working, trusting divine timing, and being in touch with the natural source. We could call it universal intelligence, which can become the person who's ready to receive the outcome. So the source intelligence itself can become the receiver, the receiver who's ready for that outcome. Not forcing, rushing, pushing, that causes a magnetism that opposes abundance. It's like urgency, from a place of like, there won't be enough. Recognizing fruitfulness is a feeling more than a physical result. Meditating, contemplating, journaling, reflecting, that it's all happening in my favor. It's basically using different modalities to let that be more real. And this idea of fruitfulness as a feeling more than a physical result, it's, if we could feel, what does it feel like to feel fruitful, to feel like things that we've invested in have been fruitful, versus actually seeing the harvest. We might never feel satisfied with what we observe to be the harvest, rather than in ourself the experience of the fruitfulness feeling. Another piece he shares is that love is an experience, not a possession. It cannot be earned by chasing a body type or trying to get rich or swiping in dating apps. Feeling worthy of love and acceptance is how we stop chasing the identity of trying to be good enough or getting validation from others, because that's temporary, and being ambitious about what actually matters to me, loving the things I do in my creations and extensions, love love that has to be pressured, conquered, earned, causes expectations. It's not everlasting. It's dependent on something that leaves us always wanting more. So loving the things I do in my creative and extensions is being satisfied by just being able to do what we love. And being ambitious about what actually matters to us means we're like going for what we really care about, not something that should give us satisfaction. It's like on the way, it's enjoyable because we're doing what we want and we feel motivated. So think of our nervous system. It wants us to be happy in the right now and honored and comforted and comfortable, and clean fuels of energy come from a whole place, from waking up to do and be with love, with our loved ones, and explore interests and learn and teach and create and just be ourselves, not an empty, dark motivation that has to grip on a desire backed about, like a void feeling like a void. And also, of course, like besides for just leaving us wanting more, there's this idea of feeling like more is wanted from us, like we've come up short. So when we're not dealing with those kind of experiences, we can act with like real love. When we love what we do, we have this childlike innocence. We're backed up by that. And two more things from him. One is, I'm good enough, you're good enough, we're all good enough. Knowing it in the bones, that we can take up space and be desired and feel safe and be respected and dream and have a new way of living and giving and getting for ourselves, and giving and getting for ourselves nice things, and not comparing, not only loving certain parts but loving the allness, loving in an all way, and taking steps that matter to us. And finally, actions are at least as important as learning. Observing thoughts, creating beliefs, growing confidence are all important, but actions and how we act will have a huge impact on the beliefs, thoughts, and confidence and self-worth, plus realistic sense of strengths and areas to grow in both feminine and masculine. And in short, that means that the actions that we take are different aspects are watching and learning and being taught what our values are, what is our self-worth, what is our strengths realistically that we could grow in or that we're already strong in, our beliefs, our thoughts, and confidence, and also letting go of the self-consciousness in order to try new things. So that's all for today. This is basically a video for Wednesday when I did not record a video. Okay, bye.